Let's take a closer look at dangerous darts and too many bones. On the Gearlock Adventuring Reference Guide, there's a section called Learn to Play Dangerous Darts. So we're going to reference this section in this video as well as show you a live example. Each player and opponent in Dangerous Darts starts with 10 HP and using only attack dice, defense dice, and a status effect dice, the poison, weaken, and stun one, players must choose 3 dice, but no more than 2 of any kind. So 3 total, but no more than 2 of any kind. So just to refresh, these are the 3 different types: attack, defense, and the status effect die. Ensure that the status effect die that you're using is the correct one with the poison symbols, as well as the weaken symbol and also the stun symbol. If you have that, then you're on your way. This is obviously the defense die, and this is your attack die. Now, as a Gearlock player, I can choose to use up to 2 of any of these with a max total in the end of 3. But I can't have 3 of any one kind. So in my particular instance, I'm going to use 2 attack dice and 1 defensive die. That's going to be mine. I could not use 3 attack dice. On the other side, for my non-Gearlock opponent, they always choose 2 attack dice and 1 effect die. So I've got that out right here, and we'll place that over here for the live demo. Once dice are chosen, the game begins with your opponent rolling their 3 dice. Gearlocks always go second. Take turns rolling available dice. Apply the rolled defensive dice to self. Deal your damage and applied rolled status effect dice to opponent. Now, there are things like bones that are going to happen because all these dice can roll bones minus the status effect die. When you roll bones in Dangerous Darts, you can put them in your backup plan, but they are not stored. They're used instantly during that turn if you can or want to. And they're only Gearlock specific, so only Gearlocks can actually use the bones. They're considered misses for non-Gearlock opponents. So if I was to happen to roll 1 bone, I could remove an applied die from myself or an opponent, whether that's an effect or a defense die. If I roll 2 bones, I can stun an opponent until the start of my next turn. And if I roll 3 bones, it's considered an instant knockout and I win right away, no matter where I am. And the ultimate goal of Dangerous Darts is to remove all your opponent's HP to win. That's the aim of the game. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the 3 dice that were for just example. We've already placed our dice in the bowls and we're ready to go. We're going to go ahead first off and roll because, as we stated in the rules, the non-Gearlock opponent will always go first. So we're going to roll for him first, and we ended up getting 2 swords, so that's 2 instant damage that I have to take. And on top of that, I got a stun, which is really bad because it means I don't get a turn. The dice are returned back. I have a stun at the start of my turn, which I must resolve, so I don't get to go. Then it bounces back to the non-Gearlock opponent to go again. That is going to be 2 hits and a poison. So not a good day so far in this one for me, as I'm already down 4 and I have a poison on top of me of 1. I start my turn. I have to resolve the poison, which then goes back. I remove 1 for that poison, and I'm half dead already. This is my first roll of the game. Things aren't looking good for me. I got 2 hits, so that's good. We're starting to deplete their stack. We also roll a defensive die, which we can place on top of our stack. Now my opponent's going to roll and ends up getting 2 attack. Thankfully, I have 1 defense, so only 1 of those will get through. And then they have a weaken, which is going to go on me, which is really going to hurt because weaken stops me from using 2 of my dice. So I have to choose which one to use, and in this particular case, being that I'm so far down, I think I want to keep my defense dice and hope to be able to block some damage. Good, I was managed to get 1 on there, and I'll also remove this weaken because I've resolved it. We'll head back over to my opponent, who's now going to roll, and they rolled 1 bone, 1 attack against me, which thankfully I blocked with my defense, but they weakened me for 2 yet again. This time even worse because I only get 1 dice like I did last time, so I guess it's not even worse, but having that happen twice in a row is bad. I just resolved this by now rolling 1 die, so I'll put this dice back. We'll roll. I end up getting a bone. And now what does a bone do? If we go back to our chart here, it says remove an applied die from self or opponent. At this particular time, neither apply, so it's kind of a waste for me. Not doing too good, that's for sure. We've got 2 hits here coming to me and a poison, so this is going to put me down to 2 health remaining with a poison on top. Come back to me on my turn. I'm poisoned. This gets replaced and put back. I'm down to 1 health to start my turn. And I managed to get 2 hits and a shield, so that's decent, I guess. I was looking for hopefully more than that. The shield's going to help me, hopefully, survive the next turn. We got 2 hits and a stun, and that's all she wrote. The stun's not necessary. The block can block one of the dice, but the other hit makes it through, and I've lost my game of Dangerous Darts. Maybe that's why they call it Dangerous Darts.